To another episode of Statement with Adeola. A fire accident occurred in my community and I took it as a point of responsibility as a safety professional to investigate this fire. You welcome to another episode of my safety talk where we'll be discussing about the issue of a fire that occurred and the investigation that I did and lesson learned. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we continue to learn from ourselves. You can also drop your questions in the comment section. For the soft copy, the PDF file of this presentation, you can actually drop a comment or request for my WhatsApp number, then I can give you free of charge so that we can all learn together. This fire accident that occurred happened in my community, and I'll be going straight and I'll be brief about describing this accident that happened and the background knowledge of what fire actually means. We all know that the issue of fire in our community has become a serious case that we need to attend to. It's a serious thing that does not only lead to loss of life, it leads to loss of millions of properties, and at the end of the day we are meant to bear the consequences. Do remember that the community we live in, the nation we live in, still has a very low response rate when it comes to emergency issues. It means that we as citizens need to put corrective measures in place to make sure that we do not allow fire to happen at any point in time, and that is what we'll be discussing today. So kindly follow me. For a fire to start, three things are very important. You'll see more details in my presentation. We have the oxygen, the fuel, and the heat. And for the fire, for you to extinguish the fire, if you can take only one element out of these three elements, the fire will go off. If you take the oxygen, that is smoldering. If you take the heat away, that is cooling. And if you take the source of fuel, that is starving. More details in my presentation. So what actually happened when this fire occurred? On getting there, a boy who used to watch my video, actually another person who used to watch my video on YouTube, called my attention that there's a fire in so area. Immediately I went there, I got to know that this fire was caused by gas, because that was the first thing I asked, what is the cause of this fire? On getting there, I requested for sand. I went to carry, I even carried the sand myself. I didn't know where the power came from. I carried the sand myself. Then I told my brothers to get me fire extinguisher and water so that the remnant of the fire can be quenched with the water. On getting there, we were able to quench the fire. But what actually happened? We tried to dig into the root of the matter, and we observed that while they were trying to cook, the burner is very faulty. A burner that is very faulty that has been repaired, they decided not to repair it and to keep managing it. The burner used to leak. They used a direct burner to the gas cylinder that used to leak gradually. Now this girl want to cook, and instead of first igniting before turning it on, he first of all turned it on, which allowed the release of gas to the atmosphere. And it was at a proportion where it can actually be flammable. On igniting the lighter, what happened? The explosion occurred. It didn't only stop there. When they saw the fire, they wanted to practice smoldering. They wanted to cover it up because they had cover. They didn't know that there are procedures for you to cover up. They went to take a big bucket, a big drum, a plastic drum for that matter, and they just drop it in, not knowing that there were still spaces inside the drum, and the oxygen was still going in. At the end of the day, the whole drum got melted, and the plastic even turned to another sort of fuel, and the fire continued to erupt within minutes. It didn't only stop there. They were like, this gas is still there. What is all this? What was happening? What was happening today? They decided to do what? They decided to pour water on the gas, and that was the final stage when they thought it was spiritual. They were like, Shibi Omini Poro, no, this Omi did not Poro, no, what's going to happen? Sorry, I spoke Yoruba there, you understand better. What it means is that we are used to the saying that it is water that quenches fire. What is wrong with this fire? They don't know that it's not all water that quenches fire. So at the end of the day, we were able to bring our report, and we were able to understand that there were other hidden causes of the fire, which I dropped here in my presentation. The gas cylinder was inside the kitchen. That is one of those things we need to take note of, and we'll discuss this more inside our preventive and lesson learned, the preventive safety measures and our lesson learned. So we'll talk about all these things there. So now, what are the lessons learned? Number one, never open the valve of a gas cylinder before lighting. This is very wrong. It is advisable that you use a separate burner. That is, you have your gas cylinder outside. It's not for you to put your gas cylinder inside. Your gas cylinder should be outside, and you connect it through a hose. Then you connect it inside. When you connect it inside, maybe through the window, the hose passes through the window, then you secure it, and you make sure that if you don't have that capacity, you are using a direct burner, don't always switch on the gas first before you light it. Always light first, then bring the what is it called, the lighter close to the fuel, sorry, close to the burner, then on it slowly. Meanwhile, make sure that whenever you are refueling your gas, don't over pressurize your gas. What do I mean? If your gas is 5 kg, put 4 kg, put 5 kg maximum. Some of us used to fuel 7 kg inside the 5 kg. This is very, very wrong. You on it slowly, and when the fire comes, then that is it. Same thing apply. And whenever you are locking, make sure that you lock completely. After locking, relock and relock again to make sure that it's actually locked and there's no leakage. Any leakage, it means that you are putting your house in a bombastious situation. Sorry for that. So, like I said, you will see more safety measures when you get this presentation. Another thing is proper maintenance. Proper maintenance of our gas cylinder is very, very important. When you have your gas cylinder, make sure that there is no corrosion. Check for corrosion. Check for leakages. If your burner is not good, replace it. They are things that in process safety we call them safety critical elements. Safety critical elements in our homes that if anything should happen to it, it is always distractors. Sorry, I'm not that good with English, but it is something that has to do with disaster. I know what I mean. So we should make sure that we put these safety control measures in place when we are using our gas cylinders. Never use water to extinguish a gas and electrical fire. This is very wrong. Electrical fire, we know water conducts electricity, and you are using gas water to quench fire to extinguish electrical fires. Same thing that happens to the family. They wanted to use water to extinguish the fire, and it escalated. It is not done. This only wasn't the case. Water isn't an extinguisher for all fires. It's not all fire that you use water for. If it's your wood, your normal things, you can use fire. But for electrical and gas fires, please do not use water fires. Do not use waters. So for more information, you can come and you can get my presentation free of charge. Another thing that we learned, that I talked about placing your cylinder inside your home. It is very wrong. Please make sure that your cylinders are always placed outside, and it should be fairly secured. There should be shed for sunlight, and a caution sign to be placed and to be restricted from children. The fire extinguisher should be provided not only in the kitchen but also everywhere in your home, in your sitting room. As the larger your home, the larger your what? The more you get the fire extinguishers. But basically the kitchen is very, very important, because that is the most dangerous place in our home for fire to erupt. So always make sure that we get this thing done, and we should also be adequate. We should be trained on how to operate the fire extinguisher or how to extinguish fire on its own. More information about this. Another thing that I observed was that at the design stage of the home, there was a big error. There was no entrance out of the kitchen. They only had one entry. That is the entry to the door. That is a flat, I think a 2-bedroom flat or so. And they had only one door. There was no door at the kitchen, which should have been used to get access into the kitchen. We were only passing through to the kitchen through only one exit, which is very wrong. Another part is that if you are living in a bungalow, if your home is a bungalow, always make sure that the roofing of your house, the ceiling is made with intermittent materials that will prevent the spread of the fire. Or you should paint your wood with this kind of chemicals that will prevent the spread of these fires. Proper maintenance of our appliances is very, very important. You should not wait for that electrical iron to shock you before you change it, or that electrical cooker to shock you before you change it. Anytime there's a fault and there are symptoms, you should always make sure that you repair them. Check them for corrosion. And I want to tell us about what we call foam test. How can you check if your gas is leaking? If your gas is leaking, the best way for you to check is to take the detergent, mix it with water, and rub it around the connections, the hole, the joint, and the body of the cylinder. If there are leakages due to the coming out of the gas, it will form bubbles, and you see the bubbles coming out, then you know that yes, there's leakage here. I need to cover up this place. I hope you really understand that. And when you are igniting your gas, the first time, the second time, the third time it's not igniting, the best thing for you to replace that your igniter, because as you are on, the gas is releasing. As you are on, the gas is releasing. Please do not continue to do that. In summary, if there is fire emergency situation, what do you do? Number one, do not panic. Remove the source of fuel. If it's electrical, go to where your fuse is. Remove the major fuse. Call the attention of people, and let those that are vulnerable, the younger ones, the older ones, those that are blind, to go outside the house and call the fire service. And if you're also vulnerable yourself, then you need to call the elderly ones, the older ones. Try to apply any other method discussed in the presentation that we gave. And if the fire continues, please just leave. Just don't go back to take anything. Your life is more important, and you ensure that everyone is safe. We have other presentations that we'll be bringing up. We'll be talking about safety advices based on the construction and every other thing that has to do with the COVID-19. Do make sure that you follow us on our Instagram page. Follow me on my YouTube channel. Let us continue to learn. If you have any comment, any addition, like I said, if you need my presentation, because I don't want it to go too long, so I have to be fast. If you need my presentation, you can actually drop it in the comment section. Drop your number on my your WhatsApp number. Then I'll communicate to you, or you also communicate to me, so that I can share you this video. Thank you, and always stay safe. Thank you.